Tip number 273 from the book 501 Contractor Tips. I am the author. Wrote the book to try and get contractors thinking about, for one, whether or not they should even stay in the business. And for two, for those of you who are, maybe a couple of these tips in the book will provide you with the edge you need to get ahead of the competition and make a little more money. Now, tip number 273 kind of coincides with the rest of the pricing strategy ideas I have. Getting paid for your knowledge. There are a lot of people, including myself. I worked for years, not making a lot of money, but doing a job that most people couldn't do. Now, to give you an idea, I used to do stairs. I used to do stair framing. I worked for my dad. He's the one who taught me about stairs. And he actually worked for his dad. So third generation carpenter there. And no, my kids are not in it. They bailed out. They are not going to be contractors, at least not as of yet. But I did a lot of work, and an average day's pay for a carpenter back then might have been about $150, let's say. And this would have been an hourly worker who worked 8 hours a day and didn't have to work real hard, in my opinion. And what I was doing was running all day. I was trying to make as much as I could. I got paid per stairway. And I might have made an extra $50 a day. And you're thinking, hey, that's still not bad. It's not. But the amount of work that I was doing compared to some of the work that the other people were doing didn't seem to work out well. I should have listened to my own advice. Of course, I didn't know it back then. And charged more money. I should have got more money for what I was doing, or somehow found another avenue to, instead of just working for these particular builders or contractors, I could have went to work for somebody else or worked for myself, something like that. So this is kind of what I mean about getting paid. Getting what you're paid, what you're worth. Check out the competition. Make sure you know what they're getting. If you're doing a job that's difficult, in the back of your mind, charge a little more and just kind of feel it out here. And obviously, if you need the work, you're not going to be able to do this. But you're going to have to figure it out somehow to where you can get paid more if you're doing difficult jobs. Because a lot of times people, like I remember doing a job one time where we had to... somebody else come in and they stripped all of the shingles and the paper off of a roof. And this roof was really steep. So I'd imagine it was at least a 45-degree angle, at least. And this was the front of the house. And then the back of the house, it tapered off to maybe about a 15-degree angle, if that. And the contractor gave us an extra, I think, $300. All our job was to do was to come in and install the roof sheathing over the spaced sheathing. But since it was so steep, we got more money. And the job probably ended up taking us about another, hour and a half. Normally we could have done a job like this in 4 to 5 hours. It might have took us 6 hours, maybe 7 hours. And we got almost double our pay. And there's a reason why, because there's a little more risk involved. It's a job that some contractors aren't going to want to do. And, it could fall into other lines. So this is the stuff that you need to think about when you're bidding jobs. And these tips, this is kind of the advice. You have to kind of combine them all together. Hey, you can do specialty jobs that are a little more difficult and get more money. And then you can do jobs that people don't want to do and get more money. So there's a few things in here to consider. So getting paid what you're worth. Don't just go along if other contractors are getting $15 an hour or $50 an hour and you want to make a little more money. You might want to be selective about some of the jobs you do. If it's just a regular, let's just say it's a regular roof, 4 and 12 pitch, 18-degree angle, let's say, composition shingles, anybody and their brother can do this. These might be jobs that you might not want to spend a lot of time on if you have other jobs you can focus on where you think you can make more money on. So, and again, that would apply to whatever trade you're in. You should know as a contractor what is going to be a little more difficult, and then you need to bid according to that. Always don't, that's even just basic estimating common sense. So could be another niche you could get into. And again, this might be a way where you could specialize in it. And I think I said this before in another video, it's like if all you do is install front doors, you're going to get really good at installing front doors, and you're going to be able to do more in less time, making you more money. And this applies to a lot of areas in construction. So if you can actually specialize in something that other contractors don't want to do, it's just a job, maybe it's a dirty job they don't want to do. You're going to be filthy at the end of the day. Or if it's a job that's difficult, this could be something that you might want to consider getting into to make a little more money.